Today's guest is Willie, founder and chairman at the Shareable Asset, fintech platform centered on asset digitalization based in Singapore. Hi, Will. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, David, and thank you for having me today. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get it started by telling us a little bit about yourself, your journey to founding the Shareable Asset. It's a very interesting, good name.
Oh, okay, yeah. So basically, actually, this is my third company, and I started my first company in Silicon Valley in 2011, and then I came to Singapore about 3.5 years ago, and I thought that actually I was in San Francisco, and one question came to me, and there's so many buildings in San Francisco, and how come I can't have any of
Yes.
it? So, and then that was what I thought, and also at the same time, when I look at this building, it's just like it turns out I look like you know all the blocks. So maybe I could tokenize this real assets, then people can actually have the ownership of this real asset easily. That was in my very original idea, and about 3 years ago. And since then, I talked to regulators in Korea and also Singapore. And fortunately, I was able to receive license from MAS, and then I was able to start this business in Singapore. Yeah.
Gotcha. So, what is the business model of the Shareable Asset? Can you walk me through?
Yeah. So basically, we have two different models. The one is just as a other like STO platform, is we provide service to issuers, so that basically issuer can convert their existing financial product to security tokens. So we take this issuance fee from issuers, and then once we convert their financial instrument to security tokens, then we can also provide a way for them to connect their product to other market as well. And also to investors, we take a 0.5% annual management, like a platform management fee. Yeah. And that is one side. And the other one is, I would like to define, we provide, we're not just a simple platform or service providers. We build interoperable infrastructures. So basically, we provide white label solution to global banks and also governments, so that we can provide as like SaaS model. So basically, we can help these global financial institutions digitalize their internal organizations on their own. So without hiring all the people, we provide solutions. And a good part of this strategy is, as you know, because we are not, it's almost impossible for us to be expert in every single asset class, right? So there are already good branded asset managers and asset owners. So we provide the platform, so that they can do all the legal work and due diligence, and they can bring this quality investment product to us, and then we can simply provide this platform for them to digitalize.
I see. So, is it something like your business model, like a crowdfunding platform for the individual investor, or are you dealing with institutional investor as well?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, not just retail, so institutional investors and operating investors as well. But the reason why I said we provide interoperable infrastructure, because our infrastructure is designed to connect new digital finance instruments and intermediaries. For example, many people think that blockchain will be and should be used to fully replace intermediaries, but I have a different view. Our approach is still there will be some regulated entities, but difference is now they should be able to use a different method or a different way to do their own business. Like for example, CBDC will be available soon. Then, like for example, when a central bank they issues a CBDC, right? Then technically a central bank they don't have a capability to do like KYC AML and provide wallets and account management anything. There's still commercial banks and also institutional player they will do this role. But the difference is because they will have the CBDCs, then like they should provide the same way they provide the same product, or their product should be also decentralized. So my answer will be not only like financial institutions, right? Like financial instrument also should be decentralized, and that is the infrastructure that we aim to provide to global financial institutions and government as well. That not only we provide these digital asset and security tokens to the retail investors.
Got you. So what is minimum tick, the instrument size to, assuming that I'm an individual investor, I'm interested in your product, and then what is the minimum size of investment?
So far, 100 pound, we have been tokenizing properties in UK. So 100 pound was our minimum ticket size, but still they can be the shareholder of the properties and equity holders. So it's a 100 pound. But I think the interesting asset class that we also we wanted to pursue is two things. The one is the pre-IPO. It's not like early stage startup. Pre-IPO, that is one. And second thing is the bonds, like fixed income products such as sovereign bonds. Yeah, and the main reason is obviously regulators, they really care about investor protections, right? And there's so many asset classes, there's so many investment products, but what we can see is compared to other asset classes, sovereign bonds is very safe.
Very straightforward, yes.
Yeah. Very straightforward and safe, yeah.
Yes.
So I think this will eventually lead fast adoptions of CBDCs. And this will be the right, I think they should be the right direction. So when government launch their CBDC, then they will probably come up with an idea of what is a fast way for them for their people to use the CBDC. I would like to say bonds, tokenization will be ones. And if that is possible, then for example, instead of use helicopter money, right? Like COVID, right? So government can give the security tokens. Then people can naturally learn this new asset tokenizations and also new way of doing investment properly. And also instead of giving the free money, right? Basically, they can also be true owners of our own society. So I think this is very important because this whole movement is. I would like to say then this, we are in the middle of very important transitions and big changes because it's kind of monetary reform, right? So some people are saying, cryptocurrencies will do this role, or maybe CBDC will do this role. But very interesting fact is by using the same technologies, the cryptocurrency is fully decentralized. So no one knows, right? But the CBDC is opposite, right? Can be fully controlled, but also at the same time, it also accelerate digitalizing, financial institutions as intermediaries and instrument as well. So this is I think interesting thing that what we will see for the next couple of years. Yeah.
I see. So I thought that you're focused on the real property for the underlying asset, but hearing from you, it sounds like you're covering so many different asset class.
We have done POC for real estate because technically Singapore is I think is the only jurisdiction is actually allowing this STO. And then,
Okay.
as I know, Hong Kong, they plan to give this STO license, but I don't think they haven't fully finalized it. The same thing for
Yes.
Korea as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pretty new, but the goal is instead of we create a completely new market, kind of digitalizing existing market first and then
Yes.
create a new industry. I think this is what will happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Singapore is best for the launching a new idea. I agree.
That's correct.
And I understand how you have high level understanding of blockchain cryptocurrency, but assuming that I'm individual investor and then probably consider the investing into your product. And what is like elevator sales pitch? What is benefit? I mean, instead of I have a lot of option in the market. I mean, security company, asset management company selling the like a lot of different asset or whatever. So what is I mean unique value you are providing offering to the client?
Yeah. So basically, I would like to say three main strengths: is safety and efficiency and accessibilities. In terms of safety, right, is compared to like cryptocurrencies, right? It's a regulated tokens. So based on SFA, Securities and Futures Act. So that being said, as a regulated entities, right, these tokens should be designed to protect investor. But as you can see, like most like cryptocurrencies, it just it's not like regulated, and it's hard to know whether this is actually like safe, and if there's actually issuer who can do some like legal responsibilities, right? But our case is we are using real asset by working with legit companies. So we provide we provide the safe and also like a quality investment product. That is one, but like a token for it. And second thing is in terms of efficiencies, because it's a token format and also we are using public chains. So as long as investor they complete KYC AML and as long as their wallets are registered in whitelisted, then they can technically transfer their token to like their friends and families. So it's pretty flexible. And also that being said, other regulated exchanges and security exchanges, once they digitalize, they're also able to receive these security tokens and provide these security tokens to their clients. So it's more like it's a very like efficient in a way to manage, and also in terms of liquidity, providing additional liquidity wise, and also pretty efficient as well. And the last one is the accessibilities, meaning that like I would like this fractionalizing the investment product, right? So for example, as I mentioned, in Singapore, there's no way for people to purchase real estate like $100 or $1,000. Absolutely not possible. Even any other countries, right? So basically, we can fractionalize quality asset, and then we can provide direct access to the investors.
Okay, let's assume that I'm the ignorant individual investor, and then I ask you a question. I'm considering making investment into the product. I mean, I may say, okay, I'm highly interested to understand the nature of your underlying asset, right? Is it? I mean, providing high return and very safe, etc., etc. Well, why should I bother having a blockchain technology in this? Because what is benefit? I mean, I don't understand. If I ask a question like this, how do you answer?
But I think that because one, investors they can have a direct ownership, right? So it's token records of legal ownership.
Okay.
So here's the thing. Like, let's say if something happened to us, but still the token will still remain, and then that is what they can, let's say, the way that we do tokenization is we set up SPV, and there is a nominee directors, and also like corporate secretaries. So we basically set up, everything, through these like nominee directors. and they serve everything. So basically, what we do is once some ownership changes happen, then our the cap table is already on blockchain. So corporate secretary, they can simply go and read and then update.
I see.
Yeah, and what I can see is even like some the registry, like the government bodies, right? They're really into change their organization, digitalize their organization, meaning that if they will be able to open and through this digitalization, right? Then here's right. Let's say now in Singapore, people update their ownership structures through the ACRA, right? But imagine if this can be like digitalized and automated, right? Then the people can still have the like ownership or companies or maybe an SPV, and they can directly go and change and do registrations. So the entire process can be like way simpler now.
Okay. What is the underlying asset? What are the underlying assets you intend to focus on from now on?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, we started from the real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And legally, we can handle three different asset classes. One, equity or shares, and debt capital market products and funds. So for funds, I think that we could definitely continue like the real estate as a fund format, not just in equity structures. And also one interesting asset class is a fixed income, like sovereign bonds and ESG and the green bonds. I think that these are very interesting asset class because not only institutional investors, also this is also main interest for a government as well. And also seems like not just Singapore government, like other government as well, they wanted to align this, asset tokenization and CBDCs and this instrument. They try to align these three things all together. So that is why debt capital markets, the products such as sovereign bonds and ESG and green bond will be very interesting as well. And one other asset class that we are considering is the pre-IPO, not like early stage like startup, like startup, maybe like plan to file IPO within the next like 12 or 14 months. Is the main reason is there's like market, but the downside if a company they do IPO, right, then this product can be only available in like limited market, right? But if they can tokenize, and technically this product can be accessible by maybe multiple markets. And one very particular area and thing that I really wanted to explore is can like government even digitalize their registry system? But based on the Ubin project, the Singapore Ubin, that is the like CBDC project, and based on the project, in I can see the their roadmap, and one roadmap is like digitalizing Aqua as well. So basically, and also real estate, like registration of the real estate as well. So interesting thing is if this the registry components can be digitalized, then there will be like big huge changes in terms of the markets and also efficiency wise. Because what I can see is according to the research paper by Citigroup, I think this released this year, what they can see is not just commercial bank, big tech also will do crucial role in this domain. So for example, like the Facebook and like Kakao in Korea, right? So basically when CBDC will be available, then these big techs, they will do important roles. Then like in a place like the Wall Street, there used to be a lot of people live there. That is why there were some lot of finance institutions, they go there, they do business. But for now, there are a lot of people on platform. and they can do this role. So this is, I think, an interesting thing. So that is why last interest asset class that we wanted to focus is the pre-IPO. Yeah.
Got you. So can you tell us any example? I mean, interesting asset you distributed through your shareable asset? Interesting story?
I think my interesting story was, like we tokenized like properties in UK. It was like, student accommodations and care home and like hotel, like small hotel room. But interesting thing was after we launched the, not just for Singaporeans, right? People from like Japan's and even like some of them from like Korea and some like global investor, they download our app and then they complete the KYC AML and then they actually purchase our tokens, these security tokens. So it's just very interesting because they found us through online and then downloads and now they like, for example, over close to maybe like 400 people. Now they are the legal owners of these properties in UK, and some of them they never actually been to UK in their lives.
Interesting.
So yeah.
So was it equity in terms of investment? Equity.
100% equity. Yeah.
Okay. So how much return you offer to your investor?
This is
so not fixed income, I understand, but the expected return, how much did you offer to them?
So far, kind of like past experience, because I also need to be very careful because
okay.
We are a regular entity, but for the past, on average, like past is like close to 7 or 8% annual. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad. Yeah, I found that the Japanese individual investor, they tried a lot of interesting things in the past. Japanese individual investor used to be one of the big investor in the Brazilian sovereign fund. Like when they got a junk bond rating, so they were active investors. So the Japanese market is a little bit interesting compared to the other country market.
Yeah. And also like it's a little bit like irrelevant, but one thing is I heard that in order to operate STO business in Japan, they need to have like $40 million base capital.
Right. Very highly regulated market, similar to the Korea. Korea adopted most of things from Japan. Yeah.
But Korea doesn't have the STO license. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So what is your next step on top of your mind? And what is the long-term vision for the shareable asset?
Yeah. I mean, like we wanted to stay as a platform. As I mentioned, right now we are working with global banks and also governments to provide our technologies. So what we aim to do is we aim to build by using blockchain technology interoperable infrastructures to embrace new financial instruments and also intermediaries. And this is what we wanted to do. So then because from our first, some of the project, real estate tokenization, we realized we can't do all the legal work and deal sourcing and everything. But interesting thing is there's so many branded players they already have done for so many years. And just like they are really into this market, they don't know what to do. So, okay, then let's provide right infrastructure for them. And then instead we eat their lunch, right? So there is a way that we can basically collaborate this together. And that way we can provide the better investor protections because they're the expert, they know this asset very well, and they design, and we tokenize, we simply provide efficiencies and also accessibility. Yeah.
Got you. Thank you, Will, for the taking time introducing the interesting idea and ambitious plan of a shareable asset.
Okay, thank you, David.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for listening to this episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, share with a friend, and drop me a review. Goodbye.